Again in the studio, Sunsplash TV, this is Pier Tosi, and we have another very special guest, Brad KLEIN, the author of Legends of Ska, Cool and Copacetic. So, the effects of the global reggae. We met ourselves in Kingston in February. You were presenting your project, your movie, and now we had the world premiere here at Sunsplash this afternoon. So. Are you glad? What about the
It was
premiere?
wonderful. Everything worked out so fantastic. All the people that came out, it was a full house, standing room only. And I just couldn't believe it. I worked on this film for 12 years, telling the story, the early years of Jamaican music. And I got great response from it. People really, really liked it.
And the movie is so good. So you had the idea to set up a huge show involving dozens of musicians. I think the word's dream come true can't exactly fit what happened, but I think it would have been very expensive to do that weekend with all those stars.
It was. But it had never been done before. And I felt like, again, everybody was getting older. Everybody was in their 60s back in 2002. So I just went out and I got all the surviving Scotalites and a who's who of other musicians that played in other different bands and clubs and banana boats and all of that, and then a who's who of singers from the ska days. And it all worked out really fantastic up in Toronto.
And so you did film everything in high
Filmed
definition,
everything.
and this was the real base of the film, so you had to do a lot of researches and interviews. And about the researches, there's some amazing material, like film material, and a lot of amazing pictures. So I think this can show your dedication to your determination in order to find that. So how you did spot that material? By speaking with artists and going to their personal archives?
The artists didn't have, most of them didn't have any photos of their childhood or any of the stuff from them. I went to the Gleaner, the Jamaican Gleaner, and got a lot of photos from them, but their whole storage system was really out of whack, and they didn't have a lot of material there, but I found other people that had obtained Gleaner photos. So everywhere for years and years now, I've been hunting, always hunting for photographs and images. And there were a lot of old-time, like 8mm home movie shots. Those were pictures and shots that I had won on eBay. So they were like tourist home movies. So there was all this kind of stuff all blended together.
But this is very amazing. Like you were doing searches as, I don't know, Jamaican on
Jamaica
movies.
8mm or 8mm.
Okay.
Silent movies from the early 60s. And sometimes the tourists, they filmed like mento bands by the pool. They were by the beach. Maybe they went down Dunn's River Falls. It was really, it's unique stuff. And it was a great hunt. Finding the people and finding those, that kind of footage.
And you're still always checking for people related to ska. I remember probably in February the film was nearly over, but you went to check King Edwards in the country in Jamaica. So what do you have any particular memories about meeting those people several times?
It was one of the most fun things for me. When I remember, like, I would call. It was when I started. This was in 2002, and the internet, it was happening, but Facebook wasn't happening. So I would get someone's number, and I would like make phone calls to try to actually get through to people. And I remember calling Alton Ellis in England. I finally got a number through a cousin, through this and that. And a woman answered the phone. I said, "Is Alton there?" And she goes, "Just a minute." And then I knew, like a few seconds later, hello? And that was the magic of it, of just finding these guys. It was so much fun. And once you started rolling, they all wanted to be part of it because they all wanted to be on the film telling the story of the early ska, original Jamaican ska years.
And with your material, probably you could have been tell dozen story, but you fix something in particular. For example, Millicent Patsy Dodd, who gave up to singing and went to US to work on an hospital and came back on stage after so many years. And that was a very particular moment.
Yeah, she and the whole time when she was working at the hospital, she didn't tell anybody what she had done in her previous life. So when I said, "I'd like to come and film you in the hospital to get some B-roll footage," she said, "Well, I have to tell him." I said, "Go ahead." So that morning, she said, someone's coming to film me. And they're like, what? So it was really great. It was really a treat. And again, the people, because these people became friends over time, and they really trusted me. So it was nice that they would open up and tell me a lot of intimate stories that they don't normally do. Plus, I spend a lot of time with them.
And Brad, so you had a couple of screenings in Canada for a few people. Today...
No, I have done no screenings in
No
Canada. I
screening
just
in
did
Canada.
some local things with some friends. This was
Okay.
literally the first time the film has ever
but
been seen.
I wonder what you will do to
Next?
have the opportunity to show the people all over the world and maybe have a DVD release.
Right. My plan is now mostly to go to film festivals. I'll try to go to some music festivals, but I think my kind of film, it's going to be really hard to break through with the traditional film festivals. So I'm going to avant-garde festivals, independent documentary festivals, music festivals, things like that. And everywhere I go, it's going to be a special event. So I'm always going to have one of the singers or band members to do a Q&A session like we did afterwards.
Very good idea.
And then maybe hook up with other local ska bands in whatever cities and just try to make it as a special side event.
And in the meantime, the people can check the teaser and the
They can
trailer.
go to www.legendsofska.com. They can go to Facebook, Legends of Ska, hashtag Legends of Ska, Twitter, it's @Legends of Ska. So tell your friends and keep listening, because the ska, it's still here and it keeps going forward.
I would like to close the interview. So you're a filmmaker, you're into movies, but you're a huge reggae fan. What do you think about Sacha Bader movie about Rocksteady?
I liked it. They had some scenes I thought that were really neat. I love like the train scene. The beginning I really liked too, when they're all rehearsing and all of a sudden someone's phone rang. It's like, turn off your phones. I'm like, that's what it is. It's part of it, and you never know when you're going to get that. And at first they were probably really upset that happened, but then you realize, hey, that's really a great moment. So I think that was it.
Thank you very much, Brad. Thank you very much.
Thanks for letting me come and present.
The Legends of Ska, check it on internet.
It's cool and